everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I got a question from Snapchat today. It's from a viewer who wanted me to answer a specific question. So this person just took over some studies from another coordinator. The PI doesn't really know what's going on. The coordinator didn't leave him access to anything, not even patient database, not even ECRF. EDC, all that stuff. So literally, this person knows nothing about the study, and they're asking, hey, how do I revive these studies? Because my boss is giving me a percentage. I'm assuming the boss is giving him a percentage off of the studies in addition to his salary. So, I mean, you're pretty much taking over studies. What you need to focus on first is figuring out which patients, if this was me, this is what I would do. And by the way, if you're new, welcome. You might be thinking, who's this lunatic that's talking right now? My name is Dan Sfer. I'm the Clinical Trials Guru, affectionately called the Clinical Trials Guru, self-appointed name I give myself. It's tongue-in-cheek. I actually don't like people who call themselves gurus, but the name stuck for branding purposes. Nevertheless, I'm still doing this 6 years later. So the way this works, you send me questions. You can do it on Snapchat, which I urge all of you to do, actually, because if you want to get my attention right now, you go to Snapchat and you send me a snap. I'm on that thing like all the time. It's the first thing I check in the mornings, last thing I check at night. I mean, it's quicker than email. You can, of course, email me if you want, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com, or you can call or text 949-415-6256. I will respond to you, and sometimes I'll do a video, all right, if I think other people can benefit from the information, right? So if this were me doing this study, or taking over this study from a former coordinator, which, by the way, this was me, right? Many times over, actually. But especially when I first started, so I definitely feel your pain as far as like having to learn everything from the trenches. And guess what? That's the best way to do it, right? You're gonna have you are going to have a tough time the first 6 months. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The monitors are going to be really upset, and they're going to take out most of their frustration on you. Unfortunately, that's how it works. Hopefully you get one that is somewhat understanding of your situation. Unlike me, I got one who was pissed and was teaching me, and I use air quotes when I say teaching me. I mean literally ripping things off of the wall and pointing them out to me. I thought every monitor was this way. So hopefully you're lucky. A little bit of luck will be involved, but it's not going to be easy. Okay, I mean you got to learn at least 2 new protocols if there are 2 studies you're taking over, if not more. And you don't know anything about the studies. I mean, hopefully you at least know where all the documents are. Hopefully you know where the source documents are for those studies. So what I would do is go find them. I would immediately get access to the EDC and the IVRS. The first thing I would do is find out how many subjects are still enrolled in the study. So are there any patients that are still in the screening phase that need to get randomized or screen failed? Because the clock is ticking on those things. Are there any patients that have upcoming visits? Because the clock is ticking on those things. So I would put out the biggest fires first, and those are the biggest fires. And the way I would find out if any of those patients are in those situations, I would find the source docs, I would look through them. I would hope that you find all of them. So let's say you find 6 source files, and hopefully there's subjects 1 through 6. Now, if there's only 5 source files, and you're able to find subjects 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, but number 4 is missing, you have to look for it, first of all. And then second of all, you have to find out if that patient was a screen failure, or if that patient actually is in the study. So I would look in the enrollment log as well. The minute you get IVRS access, I would call IVRS and have them print out a report of all visits for you. I would go into EDC the minute you get access, and I would find out which patients are entered in the EDC. Hopefully they've at least entered something for each patient. Follow up with your monitor, find out the enrollment logs, you're going to be calling your monitor a lot, and that'd be the first person I'd be talking to, explaining the situation, maybe have the PI there with you. That's what I would do. Once you put out those fires, then you can start thinking about screening more patients. And ideally, you could put out those fires in 1 day, maybe 2 days, depending on how quickly you can get access to the EDC. I would also go in the EDC system and answer all upcoming queries, because the monitors are going to be on you about that if you don't get on top of it. I would look for IRB approval. When was the last time you got IRB approval? Because that's an ongoing thing where the IRB needs to continue to approve your site's participation in the study. That's usually on a yearly basis, but sometimes it's quarterly. So I would look into that. I would look at the investigational product. I would make sure that you have the investigational product, first of all, that you have access to it, and of course you have access to the IVRS so that you can dispense medications. And then I would call those patients that are ongoing in your studies and get them to come back in for their visits, and anyone in the screening window, get them to either come in to randomize or screen fail. So you've got a lot going on. You need to add yourself to the delegation of duties log. And it's not going to be easy, but it shouldn't take more than a few days if you know what you're doing. So hopefully this video can help you out. Once you put out those fires, like I said, start screening more patients, and hopefully you can find patients to pre-screen, and hopefully you get access to the database, or you get access to your PI's private practice and medical charts so that you can start bringing in more patients. Because at the end of the day, it's not that difficult to coordinate a clinical trial. It might be time consuming, but at the end of the day, it's not difficult once you figure out your system. And if you need to rewrite the SOP for that particular protocol, or the SOP in general, then you need to do that. You need to rewrite it. You're literally the one taking over this entire research department, so you have carte blanche to do anything you want, pretty much, as long as the PI gives you the go ahead. So that is one thing you do have going for you, is you have complete autonomy as to the decisions, other than the PI, of course. So whatever works for you, you build that system, and then when other people come in, guess what? They have to follow your system. So that's one of the benefits of being in your situation. Take it from me, I know I've been there, but if you want these studies to get revived and get patients screened, those are the things I would do, right? Hopefully this helps. Let me know if it doesn't. Let me know how it goes. I'd be curious in learning more. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So another thing I forgot to mention, I'm assuming you have the source documents for every single visit that exists in the protocol. If you don't, you're going to have to redo the ones you're missing. And I would look in the source docs for the subjects you already have, if you are missing visits, and just rewrite those ones as new templates, but hopefully you can find those.